Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Updates for the week. For one thing, I'm working on a series, and instead of hacking, attacking, and red teaming, which is our typical narrative, I thought we'd focus on the other side, on the blue team, defending, and the tools and technologies that you need to really protect against the very attacks that we've gone through. Or at least the gist of it. And that way you can get the best of both worlds, and the combination of the two when a team works on red teaming and blue teaming together is called purple teaming. So I'm going to be doing that. There is another project I'm working on, so excited about that as well. I'm not going to share it quite yet, but I do want to talk about it and probably share some videos on it quite soon here, inshallah. Now, let me just maneuver here. The other thing we have going on is really this useless idea of New Year resolutions. I would say don't fall for these traps, man. The common theme I've seen is people will find excuses all the way from August, September, October, ideally, not ideally, but typically they'll do it somewhere in October and then keep moving forward all the way till December, pushing, delaying, and procrastinating, thinking that, oh, you know what, the new year is going to come and I'm going to make some resolutions and this and that and a bunch of other stuff, be that the gym or education or certification or a job hunt, whatever, name it. And what you find is that literally 2 to 3 weeks into the new year, and they've crashed. They don't do it. It's almost like a pretty elaborate self-created scam where we deceive ourselves into thinking that a certain event or date might come and then we can do X, Y, and Z in regards to these, I don't know who even came up with this whole New Year thing, but the resolution idea is absolutely terrible. If you're not going to do it now, it's very likely that you're not going to do it in the future. So don't deceive yourself into thinking that you have to wait another month to be able to achieve something. Because if you really want to start, you can start now. We both know it. If you're going to go to the gym, you can go now. If you're going to study, you can do it now. And if you're going to wait, then it just means you really don't want to do it. And some date change or some calendar change is not going to magically transform you into some new motivated person, because really the main problem with it is the motivation. People get motivated for a couple of days, possibly a couple of weeks, and guess what happens after that? The motivation dies out, because you can't be motivated all the time. You're going to have days when you're not feeling the best. You're going to have days when you're really not wanting to do anything at all. But the fact of the matter is, you have to, because, that's life, right? You got to do stuff. You got to work. You got to earn a living. You got to study. You got to improve. You got to enhance. You got to be in good shape. A lot of stuff. So relying on these motivational, trendy, cultural things such as, a certain date's going to come and then all of a sudden midnight hits and I'm this new man. No, you're not. You're probably not gonna do it, man. Most people fail at it for a reason. So if you're starting something out, do it now. Don't wait till later, because the fact of the matter is, if you're waiting, it's just you're finding excuses not to do something, right? But either way, that's the latest and the greatest going on here. Another point, a lot of people ask me about how they can reach me. Essentially, I get a lot of DMs of people needing help, and I appreciate those, and I would like to help, frankly, but the number of messages I get and the type of requests sometimes I get are, a lot, and even the request types are kind of outrageous sometimes. But if you do want to reach out directly, here are my social media accounts. I do hang out on LinkedIn quite a bit. If you have any business professional queries, that'd be the place to go. If you want to know stuff about the corporate world and what I post on that would be the place to really connect with me, follow. That's really the way to go. Just follow on the channel, and or profile, I should say, and you can go there. I've just joined X or Twitter recently too, so I'm very active there, and I think that is the fastest way to get access to me in terms of if you want to know something, ask something, just post it in the comments, or respond or reply to one of my posts, and I'll be pretty quick to inshallah answer those as well. However, with that being said, I gotta say, man, the whole DM thing, just direct messaging, I don't really respond a lot to those just because of the nature and the number of requests I get, be that on Twitter or LinkedIn or whatever have you, right? So really the best way is to reach out either through comments on TikTok or YouTube or the YouTube community section. And if you want a more interactive and quicker approach, X is the way to go. And if you're more interested in career and business and those kind of posts and information and ideally whatever have you regards to that, then LinkedIn is the way to go. I do have an Instagram account as well, but frankly I'm not quite active on it yet. But if I do become more active, you'll definitely find out. I'll post every one of those right here for you, so you can pick and select and choose whatever is the most convenient for you. And with that being said, have a good one, and we'll talk to you next time, inshallah. All right, man.